What do they deal with? Word swap. See, whenever you come across a paper like this, first you try to answer easy ones. All the questions are not difficult. Some are easy, many are difficult. But once you start with easy ones, then you get some confidence, and slowly you feel like working on the questions. So the first set deals with word swap. We'll see the first question. The domestic stock markets are likely to open in the red. Please underline the phrase in the red. Idiomatic expression, write the meaning. To spend more than what you earn. To spend more than what you earn. Let's say you earn 1,000, you spend 2,000. Then you are in the red. You got the meaning? The domestic stock markets are likely to open in the red after the nearly 2% concerns. Please underline 2%. Concerns, we don't talk in terms of percentage. So obviously that is not the right combination. What are the other words? P is what? Previous. 2% previous, not correct. And 2% usually business context, it goes with either profits or losses. So what is the right word over here? C is the right word. 2% losses in the previous session as concerns about extended economic lockdowns. Nothing wrong if you change. In Europe, continue to make investors jittery. Underline the word jittery across the global markets. So what is the answer here at the outset? What are the two words you have to swap? CA. CA or AC? I think you have to swap AC. Am I right? This is a good question. Please strike off one, second option, fifth option. What are you left with? CA or AC? You have to swap. Here you have to start with the first one. That is systematic. Based on that, will you say AC or CA? CA. How many of you CA? C has to come to the first position, A has to go to the third position. So when you replace, then you check which one is at which place. C is in the first position, A is in the third position. So then what is the systematic one? Alphabetical AC, but word-wise when you replace, what is the order you get? First the word which is in C place, then the word in A place. Answer is the third option. This is a little tricky, but you can handle, should not be a problem. I told you to underline one word. Which word is that? Jittery. Please write the meaning of the word. Jittery means nervous. Before a presentation, you have to give a presentation to 1,000 people. How do you feel? Jittery. Before your exam, how do you feel? Jittery. Nervous. I hope you got the meaning. Question number 2. The Telangana government on Tuesday announced, Telangana government on Tuesday past announced, any problem here? Announced what? That educational institutions would be spurt. Would be spurt does not make any sense, but first you have to know the meaning of the word spurt. Write the meaning of the word spurt. It means sudden increase. You can also write increases suddenly, to a great extent. Sudden increase. It doesn't go with that context. Have you written sudden increase? Underline the next word. What is the next word here? Underline the word closed. So closed, generally we use two terms. One permanently, another temporarily. So based on that, what is the word you have to use here? Would be, where is that word temporary? D is the word, underline the word temporarily. Would be temporarily closed from Wednesday, and online classes would be offered. Anything wrong with offered? No. To prevent the spread of coronavirus, following a spurt in fresh cases, sudden increase in fresh cases. So what are you supposed to change? One is spurt, the other one is temporarily. So what is the correct order here? Again, you have two options. Please strike off the first one, strike off the third one, strike off the fourth one. You have to decide between CD, DC. So what is the answer? In the position of C would be, oh, no. I am sorry. Nothing wrong with A, we have to change B, am I right? B and what is the other one? D. Which option is that? The answer is the first option. Got it? This is also an easy one. Question number 3. Shall I? The nationwide relay, like the Olympics, underline the Olympics. Whenever we talk about sports events, we have to use a definite article, the. That you have to recollect. The Olympics, here it is in the plural form, themselves will be banned different. Does it make any sense? So what is the right word here? Will be vastly from previous editions. Hold this one. And here if you change this, will be launched, can you use grammatically, is it right? No. Based on that, let us see. The Olympics themselves will be vastly, okay, different from previous editions, with spectators banned from. That means that is correct grammatically, contextually. So what are the two words you are supposed to change? B, C or CB? Which option is that? Second option is the answer. Have you guys got it? Let us have a look at the words. You all know the meaning of the word ban. That's a simple word. And vast also, you know the word, wide range. Cheering. I'm sure you all know. Please write this combination. Cheer girls. Yes or no? Why that smile? So cheering. Some people are always cheerful. Please write the form. A cheerful person. This is what you have to know. He is a cheerful person. Means always smiling. Cheerful means what? Always smiling. Have you got the meaning? Question number 4. See, today's paper also 40 plus words are there. 40 plus words. I don't know. I doubt whether we are going to get so much time or not. The Tokyo Olympics torch relay served Thursday. Served Thursday. You don't serve a torch. That is not the right, contextually speaking. But here it talks about a particular event. When we talk about a particular event, we use expressions like start, launch, kick off. So where do you find kicked off? Which option is that? Fourth one, underline D. We'll try to change the replace. The Tokyo Olympics torch relay kicked off Thursday, a year late and without spectators, heralding, underline the word heralding, a major step towards the start of the coronavirus, delayed games on July 23rd. Anything wrong with delayed games? No. The rose gold cherry blossom shaped Olympic torch. Anything wrong? No. Was lit at the J Village Sports Complex in some place, which, now what is the word you have to, which served as a base for operations responding to the 2011 nuclear disaster. So what are the two words you have to replace? A and D. Which option is that? Only 4 questions based on word swap. In my opinion, all the 4 questions are easy. Yes, sir. No, sir, not at all, sir. How many are easy from your point of view? How many of you say, no, you haven't accepted my statement, 4 are easy? How many of you say 3 are easy? Majority 3, fine. And this is the next set of questions. Very challenging because of the questions, not the regular pattern. You, under pressure, very difficult to handle. But a pattern like this, what you have to do, first you have to get the correct order. Tell me what is the correct order here. Have you worked on this? My first question. How many of you have worked on this? Please raise your hands. Not even 10 students. Not surprising. Not easy. But what I suggest, a para jumble like this, here each one is like a paragraph. Am I right? So it takes a lot of time. Initially you should not spend time on something like this. What you have to do, at the fag end of the session, if at all you get time, then you work on this. Otherwise don't work, not advisable. Because each one is a paragraph. It takes a lot of time to read. When you look at all the parts, you ask the question, what is this about? Then what will stand out? Which part, or which, is it A or B or C? Which one stands out? What is this about? Those who have read, please respond, because majority haven't read. It is about, please underline D. All of you make a note, those who have not read also. To save time, I will give the correct order. First you write the correct order, then I will explain. D, A, F, B, C, E. This is the correct order. D, A, F, B, C, E. Now let us look at whether it is right or wrong. As I said, when you read a para jumble, something like this also, you have to ask yourself, what is this about? So I said D is the first one, then what is D here? The Biden administration's announcement, it's all about announcement, that it would support a waiver. Already have got this word waiver, remember? On intellectual property rights, IPR, for the production of COVID-19 vaccines, appeared to catch the world off guard. Underline off guard. Means not prepared. Write the meaning of that. Not prepared. Not alert. Write two expressions. Not prepared, not alert. And write one sentence. Shall I give you sentences also? I was caught off guard. Usually it is used in passive voice. Which tense is this? Past tense, passive voice. Something caught me off guard, but we say in passive voice. I was caught off guard. Have you got it? Fine. Then I said A is a second sentence. This is about an announcement based on that. The original proposal. This is also a proposal, but it talks about what happened earlier. So based on that, here A is the second one. Then F is the last one, a third one. What is F? Months before it was tabled, means it was announced and it was given a shape. During the 2020 US presidential election, erstwhile candidate Joe Biden vowed that should he win, he would absolutely positively. Is it complete? Absolutely positively. Complete or incomplete? Then what should be the next one after F? It should be B. B is what? Absolutely positively commit to sharing vaccine technology. That is, makes sense contextually, grammatically. And after that, what do you have? CE. What is C here? Now that his administration has proclaimed, underline the word proclaimed, write the meaning. Proclaim means to announce publicly. To announce publicly. Its intent to fulfill that promise, it must come as a bitter realization that what sounds like a well-intentioned. And what is the last one here? E. Pro-developing countries' policy stance has been rebuffed. That means not approved. Write the meaning of the word rebuffed. Rebuff means to refuse an offer in an unkind manner. Refuse an offer in an unkind manner. Rebuff. Rebuffed means refuse something or an offer, not in a gentle manner, unkind manner. Have you got the meaning? It has a negative connotation. See what happens here, there are two problems. One problem, 60 minutes I have to give the words, the meanings, and something like this, a paper like this, in my opinion, we got to spend at least 1.5 hours. Only then we can touch all the dimensions. So keeping that in mind, here I have given the key, and based on this, if you spend some time after the session, you got the correct order, then you go through and see whether you can, in future, if you get something like this, whether you can do or not. This should be a sort of a practice paragraph. Shall I go to the next one? Why is it difficult? Tell me. Because what is which is the correct position of sentence, or what is the correct position of sentence F in the final arrangement? And the next one says, which of the following will be second sentence after rearrangement? This is easy to some extent. Look at the third one. Which is the correct position of sentence A in the final arrangement? You are not prepared for these questions. Generally, what are the questions based on para-jumble? Which is the first, which is the second, which is the third. But here, different pattern. And once they gave a model, they gave a para-jumble. Then they gave, after rearrangement, C is the third sentence. With the assumption that C is the third sentence, what is the first one? What is the last one? Like that, they ask the questions. That is also a difficult model, but you should be prepared. How many questions based on fillers? I think we have done with para-jumble. After that, what are the questions based on? Fillers, and some are easy, some are difficult. Phillips, name of a person, tone, underline the word tone. Endeared him to his comical friends. The clue for you, the word comical, comical friends. You all know the word comic? Comics. Okay. Comical, another meaning related to fun, F-U-N, fun. But irritated his serious father. Contextual awareness is one thing. What do you understand from this sentence without looking at the options? What do you understand? Whatever he said, his friends were happy, but his father was serious. Both positive and negative. Based on that, here, first one is positive or negative. That means his friends enjoyed or they did not enjoy. Friends enjoyed, father did not enjoy. So can you use the word aloof here? Contextual awareness. Write the meaning of the word aloof. Aloof means isolated. Also write the word alone. Aloof. Aloof means isolated or alone. Write one sentence. He always keeps himself aloof. He always keeps himself aloof. He always keeps himself aloof means what? He stays away from others. Jesting. How many of you know the meaning of the word jesting? You know, hold that one. Let us assume you don't know. Then elimination approach, underline the word grave. Grave has two different meanings. Write the first one. I'll give the combination, then you understand. You all know graveyard. Okay. That is a typical combination, graveyard. The place where the bodies are kept. But another meaning of the word grave, write the second meaning. Serious. I don't know how many of you know this meaning. And write one combination, grave situation. Grave situation means what? Serious situation. Another combination we use, a grave problem. Means what? Serious problem. You got the second meaning. Does it go with this context? Mark it wrong. First one is not relevant. Third one is not relevant. Write the meaning of the word earnest. Earnest means dedicated. Dedicated. You can also write and sincere. Dedicated and sincere. Earnest effort. Dedicated effort. But does it go with this comical context? No. Mark it wrong. Conservative. I think I've given some words related to this, not related to conservation. Please write one word. First you write the word conservative. This goes with families and people. Then you write the word orthodox. Then you write the word traditional. Then you write the word modern. When we talk about a family or we talk about a person, we use these words. In a way, these three belong to one group. And level of following traditions, we change the words. Someone follows traditions, then we use the word, he is a traditional person. Someone follows traditions to a great extent and very particular about traditions, then we use the word orthodox. Orthodox and conservative in a way synonyms. Orthodox person, highly traditional, and conservative has another connotation. Please write conservative, traditional and closed-minded. Closed-minded. Closed mind. Not open mind, closed mind. Conservative people, conservative society means closed. They don't like any change. It depends on the society, it depends on the people. Does it go with this context? So what is the answer here? Whether you know or you don't know. Only one word stands out. Which one is that? Jesting. Write the meaning. What is the meaning? You know. To say something that is amusing. Underline the word amusing. Then you write a few words. Write the word amusing means what? Funny. Write the word funny. Also write the word hilarious. Also write the word humorous. All the words are synonyms. They go with movies and also persons. Imagine you see, also write one more word. Please write the word comedy. Write the word comedy. You have seen some movie, then someone asks what sort of a movie is it? How do you describe? You can use any of these words. It's a funny movie, it's a comedy movie, it's a hilarious movie, it's a humorous movie. The movie is amusing. Amusing movie. They all mean the same. Have you got the meaning? So in this context, the funny tone endeared him to his comical friends because they love fun, but irritated his serious father, obviously. There's something called generation gap. Have you heard of that? I don't want to talk about that. We'll go to the next one. How many questions based on fillers? All the four have we touched? Fourth one. Where is the blank over here? 10th one we have just done. Where is the blank? Brian's pale Irish skin was to burn if he spent too much time in the sun. After was prone to burn. Easy to make out. But here prone to means what? Likely to suffer. Please write the meaning. Also write the preposition combination. We use a preposition to. Prone to means likely to suffer. Likely to get affected. Prone to infection, prone to disease, prone to something. Likely to get affected. I am sure you got the meaning. So here, Brian's pale Irish skin was prone to burn if he spent too much time in the sun. Means what? Likely to burn. Seems right or wrong? Answer is the first option. You don't have to go beyond. But I've been telling you guys, there are two ways to look at questions when it comes to pillars, anything related to reading comprehension skill, and also vocabulary. One way of looking at the answer based on the context, based on exposure to the language. A question like this, a person who is good at English, a person who is exposed to a variety of contexts, will not look at the options. Before he sees the options, one word pops up. Which word is that? Prone. Likely, skin prone to something, or a person prone to some disease. Then he looks at the options. The first option itself is prone. He will save his time. He will not spend time on other options. This is one situation. If you are not exposed to a variety of contexts, what will happen? You read the sentence, you try to understand the context, then you take elimination approach. You check all the 5 words and then you finally decide. Imagine you don't know the meaning of the word prone, then it becomes a bigger problem. You cannot choose the right word. But here we have some important words. First you write 2 words in your notebook. First you write the word urban, then you write the word urbane. What is the difference between these two? Don't tell the letter E. Urban is opposite of rural. You all know that. Town, city, urban, people. Opposite rural people. Everyone knows this. Brackets, you could write the word rural, opposite. Urban is an important word. Many students don't know. Write the meaning of that word. Polished, refined, cultured, sophisticated, etc. Polished in behavior, refined in behavior, cultured in behavior, sophisticated, well behaved, obviously. They all mean what? Well behaved and different. People respect, they admire that behavior. Then we use this urbane. I hope you guys got the words. Fine. I wanted to share a joke. Shall I? In the past, English is not a mother tongue. Everyone makes mistakes. Do remember, every country where English is not the actual language, but the mistakes differ from country to country. So in the past, in our country, people would go to a shop and they would ask for refund oil. They would say, please give me refund oil. But actually, what was their idea? Refined oil. Refined, another meaning purified. But for this, they would say refund oil. Why refund oil? Nobody knows. That's a different question. But they would say that. Let us go to the next one. Eminent. Write the meaning of the word eminent. Write the combination. Eminent scientist. A typical combination. Eminent scientist means what? Highly successful, highly reputed, highly renowned. Write three words. Highly successful, highly reputed, highly renowned. Internationally renowned, you know that expression. Erect means to stand straight, upright, erect. Easy word. I think you have got the word daunted already, but not in the same form. If you remember, you got one combination I gave that time. Daunting task. Yes, does it sound familiar? Means what? Something very difficult to do. Something that is intimidating. Please write the meaning. Daunting means very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. And usually it goes with work, task. Shall we go to the next one? Question number 12. A fan of historical action, Jolene is now reading a novel about slavery in the South. Now, where is a blank? Please, I think it should be historical after historical. Put a blank. That is the only place you can. Or you can also, you cannot use after A because the answer does not go with it grammatically. First, you have to know the meanings of these words, only then you can choose the right word. What is the first word here? Decorous. But generally, this word, we use a different word form. Decorum. Have you heard of that? So, decorous, decorum related, write the meaning. It means very polite. To behave in a very polite manner. Polite means what? Give respect to others. Polite manner. Very polite. Decent. Also write the word decent. Decency. You all know the word decency. Decent behavior. Maintain the decorum. Means what? Maintain the decency. That goes with a particular situation. Rogue. Not a word to be seen here. But generally it goes with everyday English. We say, we don't say she is a rogue. We say he is a rogue. It goes with the masculine gender. A rogue means what? Not a normal person. A person who behaves in a different way, does not follow the regular style. You can simply write rogue means a very bad person. Bad person. Bad person in the sense who does not follow the system. Do remember, a person who does not follow the system is a rogue. Droll. This is a bit difficult to guess the meaning also. Please write the meaning. Please write unusual behavior. Unusual behavior that evokes strange or dry amusement. It has a negative connotation, unusual behavior that evokes strange or dry amusement. So not approved. It has a negative connotation. Something you do, then others respond, they think it is not acceptable, something not positive, and then we try to say this. Go to the next one. What is the fourth option here? But first you write the prefix ante. Ante means before. And the meaning of that word based on this, please write. Antebellum means before a war, especially a civilian war. Please write before a war or before a civilian war. Ante means before. Before what? A war, civilian war. But here you have to recollect another root. Please write ANTI. Anti means what? Against. Write this also. Under pressure you may get confused, you got to be careful. TE means before. Based on this we have important words like antenatal, postnatal. Antenatal means before birth, postnatal after birth. We'll go to the, is that the last word? Onerous, an important word, write the meaning. Something that demands a lot of effort. Onerous task, onerous work. Write the combinations as well. Means what? Something that demands a lot of effort. You have to put in a lot of effort. Then we use this word, an important word. Okay? Have you got the meanings of all the words? And the answer as well. Over the years, the Wilsons, please underline, slowly upon the Wilsons, I think the blank should be here. And the clue for you, underline the word property. Property, when you occupy illegally someone's property, what is the word? Encroach, encroachment. Do you guys know this word? This happens in our country regularly. Two places. One, someone's property they try to encroach when the person is not around. But another thing, if you go outside, you see a lot of, write this word, hawkers. Hawkers means those who sell in the street. Please write the meaning. Those who sell in the streets. Some hawkers go door to door, some stay at one place. And they usually, where do they stay? They are on the footpath. They encroach upon the footpath and they sell the stuff. You all know that. That is not another example, encroachment. They try to encroach the footpath. Easy one. Over the years, the Wilsons encroached slowly upon the Jackson's property, moving the stone markers that divided the lots farther and farther onto the Jackson's land. Underline this word as well, but first I told you to underline the Wilsons. Do you know why? Imagine there is a family. The surname is Smith, English name. Or we can take this one also, Wilson. This is a surname. And you are referring to both husband and wife. Are you listening? You are referring to the couple, husband and wife, with this surname. Then you have to say the Smiths or the Wilsons. So the Smiths, the Wilsons means what? Couple, husband and wife. So please make a note. The Smiths means husband and wife. With that surname, husband and wife. Whatever your surname, to that you add the and also the letter S, then you are referring to wife and husband. I hope you guys got it. Then why is that word important? Please write two words, or first you write far Then you write F-A-R-T-H-E-R, F-U-R-T-H-E-R. And what is the superlative form? F-A-R-T-H-E-S-T. And here F-U-R-T-H-E-S-T. So what is the difference? Comparative form is important. What is the difference between F-A-R-T-H-E-R, F-U-R-T-H-E-R? This one refers to distance. Please make a note. F-A-R-T-H-E-R refers to what? Distance. And this one refers to in addition to. In addition to. So many exams they have given a question like, she has gone to the US for further studies. Right or wrong? Wrong. What is the correct word? Further studies. Already a graduate, she wanted the post-graduation. Further studies is the right word. I hope you got the difference. Now we'll go to the next question. Is that set over? How many are easy? Easy or difficult these? Okay. These are really difficult. Time taking. The next set. New pattern. Read the given 3 sentences and arrange them in an order to make them meaningful. Here you have a phrase, then you have first part, second part. What are you supposed to do? You have to get the correct order first. And that order could be 1, 2 and phrase, or phrase 1, 2, or 1 phrase and 2, or 2 phrase and 1, any combination possible. In a way it is scrambled sentences, or combination of para-jumble and scrambled sentences. Here you have to go through all the 3 and you have to decide which one is the correct order. First question, how many of you have attempted these? Raise your hands. Oh, so many. All the 5. 4. Who has attempted all the 5? Good, that is appreciable. The first one, to save time, because it's already 2:35, I'll give the answer, then I will explain. Please make a note, the answer is the second option. Those who have answered, have you thought of second option? Very good. So how does it go? Official status is given to regions in the statistics of countries like the United States. United States a place, then we need a relative pronoun where. So where do you find where? Underline that word where. Where the national census groups states and counties in statistical and economic areas. So there's a continuity based on one word. Which word is that? Where. Based on that, what is the answer? Second one, phrase, and the first one. Okay. Question number 15. Here, this is a bit difficult because the words are not regular words, they are foreign words. Please underline the words. Here, agents, underline, this is name of a person, this one and this one. Are these regular words or foreign words? Foreign words are under pressure, not easy to understand. But here the answer is, I don't know how many of you have chosen the first option. Raise your hands. Answer is the first option. That is the answer and we'll check it out. How does it go? A transliteration of the scholastic Latin agents. After that, what do you have? In general, having the same meaning as mover, movens, efficient cause, or simply cause. St. Thomas Aquinas regularly uses agent and efficient cause indiscriminately, often combining them as causa agents or causa movens. First it talks about agents, the word agents, and it's like a general statement. Then it talks about a specific person, how he uses the 2 terms. So that is systematic, that is logically following. Based on that, we have the phrase first, introduces the foreign word, then the general statement, it's about a general thing. Then it talks about a person, how he uses these terms. But not easy under pressure. Some 1 or 2 you don't have to worry if you cannot answer. Do remember that. Next one, to some extent easy. How many of you have chosen the second option? Good, but not too many. Here, removal of snow and ice by melting and by direct alteration from the solid to the gaseous phase, sublimation. Here they should have used some problem, something is missing here. Removal of snow and ice by melting and by direct alteration from the solid to the gaseous phase. The rate of loss is controlled. Perhaps there should have been a comma. We'll check this second option and we'll see whether it is right or wrong. And here, what is the next one? By air temperature, wind velocity, humidity, rainfall, and solar radiation. Does it seem right or wrong? Or has anyone chosen any other option? Have you gone through these questions? How many of you have gone through these questions? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. So which option have you chosen? Second option? Okay, fine. But something is missing here, I feel. Not convincing. We'll go to the next one. How many questions based on this? How many have we done so far? We have done 3. The last one. Both are considered too small to suffer tidal disruption. When we say both are considered, what are those 2? So you have to start with, in my opinion, what are the 2 things we are talking about here? One is Adrastea, a Jovian satellite that orbits within the main ring of Jupiter. And the second one, it and Metis. What is the second one here? Metis is the second one. Maybe the source of the material comprising the ring. Problem with the punctuation. Both are considered too small to suffer tidal disruption. So here, 1, 2 and phrase. How many of you have chosen the second option again? But they shouldn't have used a comma after disruption. You cannot think of any other combination, but the problem here, punctuation is a problem. Shall we go to the next set of questions? You have something to say, you can say. What are these about? This is also a new pattern. What is this pattern? In the following questions, the word is given in bold. From the options given below, find the pair which correctly represents a synonym and the antonym. Underline these 2 words of the word given in bold and mark that as your answer. So you have to understand the context, you have to know the meaning of the word. Traditionally, United Nations troops have been deployed only in a peacekeeping role. The word is deploy. Please write the meaning of the word deploy. To place in position. To place in position. Generally what happens, first you write the meaning. Imagine in a particular city or town, there are a few clashes, disturbances at different places. Then what does the local government do? The local government deploys the police or the defense people, the soldiers. So these deployed forces, not in one place, different places. Do you understand that? Deployed at different places. Once you understand that, deploy means the exact meaning of the word deploy, position. Which option do you, where do you see the word position? Hold that one. First we'll check the first word. Deploy does not mean heap. Generally heap means what? Imagine a litter in this shape, small one. What do you call? Heap of litter. Heap of dry leaves. Heap of unwanted material. You all know that. Then dab. Write the meaning of the word dab. Dab means to touch something lightly. To touch something lightly or slightly many a time. To touch something slightly or lightly many a time. Not once, many a time. Usually it goes with, imagine you are going out and a typical practice, a lot of people what they do, they take a little powder. You all know talcum powder and they try to dab. That's what it means. So dab means what? To touch slightly, not once, many a time. You got the meaning? Does it go with this context? No. And what is the last one? Next one, stack. Means to place one above the other. Pile up things. Not correct. And pile, same word, not correct. So what is the answer here? Based on the first word, you can decide the answer. Answer is the first option. Scattered, what is opposite? Concentrated at one place and deploy at different places. Have you got the answer? And let us have a look at the words. Concentrate, you know the meaning. I hope you're all concentrating. Yes, sir. And heap, you know, ace has many meanings. One meaning, it goes with playing cards, ace. And another meaning, an important person. He is the ace in that organization, means an important person. Ace also means, please write this word, particle. Ace also means particle, a small thing. A small thing or a small particle. What is the next one? I have given the meaning of the word dab, mound. Mound means a small hill. Please write the meaning. A small hill. We use the word mound, small hill. Very small one. What is the next word here? Pile, a pit. Pit is an easy one. Pile, simple. Post. What is the meaning of the word? No, I'll change the question. The word post is a verb or a noun? Both. As a verb, you all know he posted the letters. But as a noun, what does it go with? What is the combination? So please write one combination. Write lamp post. So in the past, in the street lights, we would have a lamp post. A pole, at the end there is a bulb, lamp post. A different meaning altogether. Question number 19. The government had been able to thwart. If you read the newspapers, you come across this word quite often. Thwart means to avoid. Please write. But better write a better word. Please write the word avert. Means to avoid. Thwart, generally we say avert. Avert means what? To avoid. To prevent. Also write. Prevent. Something bad going to happen, they thwart means they prevent that one. They make sure that doesn't happen. So based on that, thwart all attempts by opposition leaders to form new parties means prevent that. Can you use the word acknowledge? You have to respond. Can you use accept? Can you use stick? I said prevent, avoid, spoil also. Spoil someone's attempts. So hold the fourth option. Can you use facilitate? No. So what is the answer here? The fourth option, thwart also means spoil, foil. Write two words. Foil, also write the word spoil. I have already given words like to prevent, to avoid, to stop, all these words. But what are the other words over here? You all know the meaning of the word acknowledge. Acknowledgement card, you know. Deny means to say no. Write the meaning, deny. To say no. She denied something, he denied something means he refused to accept. And cling means to hold something tightly. Write the meaning of the word cling. To hold something tightly. Assist, a simple word. Then halt means what? Stop. Write the meaning of the word halt. Halt means a stop. But there is one word, facilitate. Facilitate means to provide something. A service usually, provide something. And a person provides something, what is the word? We call that person facilitator. You all know that. But usually people get confused between this word. Another word, please write the word felicitate. Both are different, felicitate and facilitate. What is the difference? Felicitate means what? To honor. You achieve something, then you come across this felicitation function. Publicly they celebrate that. Question number 20. It was an exultant feeling climbing on the rostrum. This is a rostrum. You all know the word rostrum. Underline the word rostrum. Podium. Also write the word podium. What I am holding, this is the podium. You can also use the word rostrum. It was an exultant feeling climbing onto the rostrum, waving to the crowd, and receiving my medal. First, you have to know the context is completely positive. So, exultant is a positive word. Means what? Extremely happy. Very happy. Write the meaning of the word exultant. Extremely happy. You need a positive word. Frantic. Frantic means excited. Frantically moving here and there. Means completely excited. It is not a positive word. Upset, negative word. Collected, not relevant. Wild, not relevant. What is the fifth option here? Jubilant. Jubilant means extremely happy. Write the meaning of the word jubilant. Extremely happy. And what is opposite? Gloomy. Gloomy means very sad. Write the meaning of the word gloomy. Very sad. Other words are simple. Underline the word wild and write one meaning. Write the combination. Not domesticated. You all know the word domesticated means what? Please write tame. Excuse me. Write the word tame. Tame means what? Control, domesticate. Write the meaning. Tamed animals. If you take animals like cows and all, dogs also, domestic animals, they are tamed or controlled. And what is the opposite word? Wild animals, not controlled. Shall we go to the next one? That set is over. If you know the words, easy to answer, otherwise a bit difficult. So what are these about? Error location, am I right? As the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change points out any error, you have to respond. Drawing over large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, any error? Doubtful. Is essential if we are to stand any chance of preventing more than 1.C or even 2C of global heating. This is a bit difficult in my opinion. Please underline drawing over. Write one meaning. Draw over. It means to cover something. To cover something. Draw is different, draw over is different. Here context talks about covering something or extracting something. Read the sentence carefully. Draw large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Means extract, to take in. For that we have to use the word draw, not draw over. Draw over means what? To cover something. Here it is not covering something. Here it talks about extract from the atmosphere and not exactly hold, store something. So based on that here, the word over is not correct, and based on that, which part has the error? B, there is an error. I think they've shuffled the parts. 2, second part there is an error. Have you got it? Question number 22. We hypothesize that the trustworthiness, what is the spelling of, excuse me, spelling of trustworthiness, is it W-O-R-T-H-I or Y? T-H-Y is not correct. Please change it to I. I is the right letter, worthiness, not Y. It is based on spelling. So worthiness, trustworthiness. Where is the error? The second part there is an error. How many of you have got this one right? Okay, this is an easy one in my opinion. Legal gold prices hit a record 35,960 rupees per 10 grams on Tuesday, having jumped more than 10% over the past month, rising in lines with, there's a standard phrase. We don't say in lines with, we say in line with. In line with is a standard phrase. Based on that, where is the error? C, there is an error. Strike off the letter S in line with matching something. Shall I go to the next one? 24. Farmers. What is the subject here? Underline the word farmers, like whoever from which whatever the place. Will you say farmers is or farmers are? So where is the error? Second part, there is an error. Farmers are, not is. How many of you have got this one right? 25. This is an egregious example. Please write the meaning of that word. Something that is shocking. Shocking and bad. Egregious. Something that is shocking and bad. This is an egregious example of the worst inequalities of the housing crisis, but also not as unusual as you may think. In my opinion, this is a tough question. So where is the error? Here, underline, but also. When you see this, you may think we have to use not only. Yes or no? But need not be always. There are exceptions and there are patterns. Based on the patterns, you don't have to. You don't have to use here. So this is an example, shocking example of the worst inequalities of the housing crisis. Do you find any error here? Say yes or no. There is no error. But also not as unusual as you may think. This is an example of worst shocking example, but also not as unusual. Here we use the word also to emphasize. What is the function? Underline the word also and write emphasis. But also not as unusual as you may think. How many of you have chosen no error? Raise your hands. Only a few students. I don't see any error here. Answer is no error. You cannot think of not only based on but also. That never happens. Based on the pattern, you have to decide. So, have you read the passage? What is this passage about? Related to public health, diseases. What is the first question? According to the passage given above, what are the ways taken by government for immunizing children? Which option is the answer? Third option. What is it? Networking of hospitals and clinics. Clearly mentioned in the passage. So explicit information. Third option. Go to the next question. Similar in meaning. What is the word here? Sewage. Sewage means what? The unwanted material, the dirt and all that waste material. They want the synonym. How many of you have chosen the second option? That is the answer. That is a synonym of sewage, effluents. But there's another word you got to be careful about. Please write the word, write the combination as well. Affluent society. Also write affluent people. What do you understand here from this word? Write the meaning, rich people. AFF means what? Rich. EFF different, AFF different. One is a negative word, the other one is a positive word. Here it means a rich society, a rich people. Let us go to the next one. 28. According to the passage given above, what are the major diseases caused by water? Not waterborne, by water. So what is the answer here? Dysentery and other diseases mentioned in the passage. They are waterborne diseases. So that is the answer. Smallpox is not waterborne. Malaria is not waterborne. Though malaria caused by mosquitoes. But mosquitoes lays eggs in water. It doesn't mean that it is waterborne. It is not waterborne. Trachoma related to eyes, not waterborne. HIV, you all know, not waterborne. 29. Opposite in meaning, what is the word steady? This is a very good question. Steady, you all know the word. Slow and steady wins a race. Rickety, we don't know the meaning. Shaky, you know the meaning. You can consider yes or no. Movable, in a way you can consider. And precarious, write the meaning of that word. Dangerous. Precarious means dangerous. Precarious situation, dangerous situation. Not relevant here. Mark that one. And wobbly. Wobbly also means shaky. Movable, don't consider, mark it wrong. First one, mark it wrong. You have to decide between two options. One is the shaky. It means wobbly. Wobbly means shaky. Both are synonyms. In a situation like this, listen very carefully. You have to choose a word that goes with effective English, not with everyday English. So which word goes with effective English? Fifth option. That is the answer. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Okay. The last one, what is the last question about? According to the passage given above, what is a failure of government in medical industries? What is the answer here? Staffed by minimally trained paramedical personnel, that is a failure. Poorly equipped, that is also a failure, yes or no? Promoting family planning, no. So what is the answer? 1 and 2, which option is that? Fifth option. Option.